I was just telling him I haven't seen. If you haven't picked up if you're a Dee fan or a Twisted fan or whatever, just a fan of Dee, and I would say, and I think you could agree with me, this is your best work since Stay Hungry.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
I mean, without a doubt.
That's a statement.
Your
Without
best,
a doubt.
because I was in Europe texting you that I had just heard the song, and then you sent me everything else.
Yeah.
I said I had heard this.
Yes.
And then you were like, have you heard everything else? I said, no, and you sent it to me. And I'm playing it for my friend Chris, who's him and I, we were there to see Maiden. And he's the biggest critic there is. Like, if it doesn't hit him right between the eyes. And his first words were like, holy Christ, he sounds good.
That's pretty much every review.
Yeah.
Every review
You're
starts
surprising
with,
people.
I was not expecting this.
Listen to this hook. Is it about bullying?
Yes.
It is. Nice.
I think the most surprising thing is how you, this many years after using your voice as long as you used it and punished it so much, how you do this. It's amazing.
You know,
I mean,
yes.
you sound like yourself from 30 years ago.
Thanks.
That's stupid.
Thank
It doesn't
you.
make any sense.
That was really, I think, Jamie Josta, who produced from Hatebreed, and he saw me in concert, and he just was like, dude, your voice is doesn't sound as this morning, but it's powerful, and it's still there. You know, why aren't you doing something? And because I'm not sure what to do to fit in.
I read a quote where you had said, I've tried to write new current music, and every time I write new current music, it comes out as something that sounds dated.
Either dated, or I was rehearsing yesterday, by the way, for tomorrow's show at the Space in Westbury.
Yes.
And either dated or like I'm imitating contemporary artists. Like, I can listen to new
Do you think
music.
other people would think the same way, or are you being hypocritical?
Maybe not, but I did get called on it. It was so weird. This is when I stopped writing music. 95. I stopped. Second Widowmaker record. And I don't listen to reviews very much. I mean, but when they...
You do now.
No. Well, when I say something positive. No, but and I think I've spoken to other artists, and they've said that if and even you guys can understand, if you get a criticism and it's something that was in the back of your mind that you were thinking,
It rings true. with
and
you,
it's
yeah.
like, oh damn, they heard it. You know, like his voice isn't as strong as it whatever, and you've been like, I've been feeling weak. You know, whatever. And I was with the second Widowmaker record, I was like immersing myself and like studying what was happening in the music scene. It was changing, and I was trying to. Okay, it's
This is 95,
right?
So it's Alice in Chains,
yes,
it's Pearl Jam,
and I'm listening, Soundgarden, and then we do the new Widowmaker record, and one of the reviews says, "Sounds like Dee's trying to sound like these new bands." And I was literally trying to sound like the new bands, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, you know what? I think my time's done. You know, I mean, and I was like, you know, Stay Hungry, which is a song about, you know, there's no room for the wannabes, the has-beens, or the bad. Okay, if I'm a has-been or, you know, let me step aside. I went into radio. I went into other things.
Yeah.
And make room for the kids, you know. And now 30 years later.
Now you're pushing the kids out of the way again, which is funny.
It is really funny. No, I'm like number one on the metal charts in the world.
You tried it. He sends me a text message. He goes, bro, you're not going to believe this. I said, what? He goes, top 20 Billboard. I was like, what? He's like, I'm not even kidding.
It was people, my phone's blowing up.
Yeah.
You're number 20. I'm like, 20 what?
Right.
No, I'm 63. No. When's
the last time you charted?
1985. Damn.
So this is in 33 years.
Yes.
This is the first time you're back on the charts.
First time I'm back on the charts. This is like the weirdest turn in my life. I was just doing a podcast yesterday. I was talking to the Belmore brothers, who played the guitars, bass, Charlie and Nicky from Toxic Holocaust, Kingdom of Sorrow, and Josta, and they played the drums. Nicky Belmore played the drums, engineered, mixed, and co-produced. Charlie played most of the guitar, almost every guitar, bass, and they co-wrote most of the stuff with Josta and other people. And so I was talking to them, and I was saying, you know, this is just the most unexpected thing that's happened to me probably in my life.
And if you think about it, if you didn't stop in 95 and then go do those other things, rest your brain, rest your spotlight, rest, all that stuff. Maybe that's the way it just was supposed to go.
Well, yeah,
you're supposed to get that message and rest.
I totally believe
that.
I totally
and then you
believe
come back. Look how you come back.
I believe everything happens for a reason.
You're like a roach.
You know, what?
You're like a roach.
No kidding. I believe everything happens for a reason and was meant to be. I mean, you know, I had to fall to regroup, and then I went through things, and I don't know what, and Jamie Josta, again, he's like my Sherpa guide. He just said, Dee, I think there is an opening. He said, I think that there's a place. We've lost Ronnie Dio. We've lost Lemmy. You know, we've got more and more of the legends retiring, and there's just, he said, I'm seeing an opening for your iconic voice and a need for it. And I was like, seriously? All right, let's go. And then this happened.
Well, anybody who does know you, the way to get to your heart is to tug on your ego.
True. But this is a fact. Have I not done a Broadway record? Yes. Have I not done a mainstream rock record? Yes. Did I do Broadway? Everything's on a challenge. Right. I'm just glad he didn't say, "Hey, why don't we do a children's record?" All right.
I
guess I'm just like, I'm doing it.
Christmas.
I just sold an animated kids show because somebody said, "Hey, you want to try doing an animated kid?" I'm like,
you know what?
Yeah, let's do it.
In all of the interviews that I've read, and I've when I'll see them on Twitter, I'll read the majority of them.
Thank you, JP. Very supportive.
Yeah.
You, Roger, not so much.
But I'll read, and I'll tell you this though: you give Jamie Josta a ton of credit for all this, and he deserves it. Make no mistake about it, you gave him credibility in producing. This album made him a credible, viable producer.
His group, his production group is now, all of a sudden, everybody wants the Josta production.
You know why? He produced a hit.
Well, yeah. He's got. No, I understand that. And every time I say something nice about him, he immediately fires back. Because if you've ever met Jamie Josta, he's a really great guy, and he's just like, "No, dude, thank you because you gave us the chance because you said yes." He says, "I've run this idea past others, and they didn't take the shot. You took the shot and gave us a chance to shine here." So,
are you tough to deal with at home now? Is your ego out of whack?
Not at all. Suzette, and I just look at each other because every day, more stuff, the press I'm doing all over the world, and just she's going, "This is crazy,
right?
This is crazy."
She's seen the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do Twisted anymore. I can't really give it all my all on stage. I just gotta, you know what? It's just I'm done.
I will say this,
and then I see one show and I go, I don't think your body got the memo.
Yeah, well, you should see it now. I mean, not the body, but on stage. I gotta say, and I love the guys. I was just interviewed JJ on my podcast the other day, and he was great because the guys were tweeting me, "Dude, you're on the charts." You know, they're texting
all
me.
The Twisted guys,
Twisted guys are going.
That's so nice.
So they've been,
awesome.
Really supportive, which is really nice.
Maybe to your face, but Mendoza's got a voodoo doll.
I couldn't have done this if I was still in Twisted.
Right.
I mean, I just. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have been offered it.
But you ended Twisted before this opportunity came.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, well, I'm going to do this now, so Twisted's got to go.
Well, you were quoting me 2 seconds. That's it. I'm done.
Right.
Suzette says it for you. So I thought you were retiring. I thought no more shows. I thought no more records. I thought and she just throws in my face, just laughing all the time.
Right.
I said, but I really believed it at the time. I said, okay, well, this is cool. It's been great farewell, and walk away. And then all of a sudden,
I don't think I've seen you this happy since your first grandkid.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, what's happened is unexpectedly, it's energized me.
Right.
I mean, you say, well, that's not unexpected, but I didn't realize that part of my sort of, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't, but I just wasn't thrilled.
Right.
Now you're thrilled. It's repeating myself. What do they say? An exercise in insanity.
Yeah.
Doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different result.
Right.
And I guess I was just sort of tiring of that, and it was wonderful and great and all that. But all of a sudden, with the new music, I do feel revitalized. Mm-hmm. The show is half new music, and people want to hear it. They're not running to the bathroom.
I saw a video.
God, you always said that would happen. That's why you wouldn't do it.
Not only that,
paid it off.
but Danny, your manager, posted video of you on stage during the show.
Yeah, he's always filming.
And took a shot of the crowd.
Yeah.
They're singing the songs.
Yes,
they're not singing the song. They're singing the songs.
Yes, they are.
Good for you.
I mean,
That's
and
awesome.
it's just, and that's just to have new songs, and people cheer when you say,
Right.
here's one from the new record, and you start the song, and people start the fists go in the air.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's the payoff right
It's
there.
the- it is the
huge.
payoff.
That's huge.
For the
It is a
most
payoff.
part, there's only two
Good for you.
bands that are getting away with that now. Besides that, Maiden and Metallica,
Good company.
where the audience is getting excited for the new stuff.
you know what? Jamie said that Accept has been, that's what was part
Really?
of the, yeah, Accept has been getting with the new singer who was from TT
Really?
Quick in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Really?
Their new records, they're starting to play more and more of their, and they've
Right.
had hits in the metal community, and the people are excited about the new music. So he just said, I think that, again, the right music. So I said, well, what's the right music? He said, let's get in there and work on this.
Beautiful.
And you did.
Yeah.
And Dee Snider's For the Love of Metal is out. Tomorrow night, Space Westbury. More with Dee coming up. He ran into JP's wife yesterday. We got to get that story.